In this video, I'm going to show you how to configure TACACS security on a Cisco device. Cisco devices have a variety of different methods for enabling security. There's enable password, enable secret password. There's also local authentication. The difference with TACACS server is that the authentication requests for access to R1 are forwarded to a TACACS server. It should be noted, though, that often there's local authentication on the device. That provides backup if the TACACS server is not available. With this lab, there's already a TACACS server configured, and the account is username admin and password CCNA labs. So I'll select R1 now. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a local account. This is going to be used for backup only if the TACACS server is not available. So the local account is username admin, privilege 15, so it has all access to the device, and secret password CCNA exam. So that password will be encrypted with MD5 hashing. The next command is AAA new model. That enables the AAA service on the device. Note as well with that command, if you have login local configured on the V2Y lines, it will remove it. So while this is configured, you won't have access to the V2Y lines. This next command tells R1 where to forward authentication requests. This is to the TACACS server. So the IP address of the TACACS server is 192.168.3.1. The purpose of the key command is to encrypt TACACS packets between R1 and the TACACS server. And that's for added security. And the password Cisco is used to enable encryption. So the Cisco password must match on the TACACS server as well as R1. Next command is AAA Authentication, login default group TACACS local. This says that TACACS server is preferred for authentication, but if the TACACS server is not available, then use the local account. So the login refers to a user that's logging into R1 for authentication. This command applies to the initial login to R1. You can configure a variety of groups with TACACS, and they have different security access. I'm just going to use a default group. TACACS keyword there just refers to using the TACACS server as preference instead of the local account. After authentication is done, then there's authorization. So there's two parts to TACACS. AAA authorization exec, what that does, it enables privileged exec access. And the local keyword says to use the security privilege level of the local account for security authorization. And with this configuration, that's privilege 15. Now we'll go to the V2Y lines. So this is line V2Y04. Command is login authentication default. Points to the TACACS server default group. That, of course, was configured with the previous commands. So we'll just exit. I'm also going to enable a console port with TACACS authentication. So there it is there. So that will enable the console port with TACACS authentication. I'm going to verify that TACACS authentication is working. So I'm going to start a telnet session from the host to R1. So I'm going to use R1 FA00 interface to connect to R1. And FA00 is 192.168.1.3. This is going to be the TACACS account that's on the TACACS server. So that's admin username and CCNA Labs. So now I'm there on R1. And with Telnet, you need to configure an enable password unless you're using local account authentication directly. This is CISCONET. That's verified as working correctly. Do a show run. So this is what I've configured here. User admin privilege 15. That's the local account. And then there's the AAA on the TACACS configuration. 3 statements there. And TACACS server host command. And the console and the VTY lines have login authentication default. So I'll exit that and end that Telnet session. I'll go to the laptop and verify that TACACS authentication is working to the console port. So we'll select terminal, username admin, password CCNA Labs, and then enable, and CISCONET. And that's working fine. I'm on R1. We'll just exit out of there. So I verified TACACS security is working. The other thing I could do is turn off this TACACS server and verify the failover to local account works. Go to TACACS, and I'll just shut the server off. Server is off. I'll Telnet again to R1. So CCNA Labs didn't work. Now I'll try CCNA Exam. And that worked. Since the TACACS server is not available, it used this local account for backup. And that concludes the video.